Darren, standing here after a defeat, it must be difficult to know what to say in another situation like this.
I mean, the difference at the moment is early in the season we probably win that 3 or 4, and that obviously is the key difference at the moment. The amount of chances we had in the last 30 minutes, we were bombarding. But I have to ask why we wait until then. Why we have to wait, why we have to. I see it at the moment, a team that's a little bit short on confidence, but maybe accepting that the first half is not good enough. I said that to them at half time, nowhere near good enough for us, for what I expect of my team. It was all right, but all right's not enough, and at the moment that's and then we go up behind to a soft goal, and then all of a sudden we just come to life and look much more like ourselves. But like I say, earlier in the season we probably put 3 or 4 in the net, and that is the difference at the moment. We had some very, very, very good chances.
You brought Joe Ward on straight after that and seemed to change formation, and that maybe triggered the team into life a bit?
Well, I was about to change Joe anyway. I think we had a corner leading up to and he was coming on anyway. It wasn't because we just went 1-0 down. And in the first half, I didn't think we created enough going forward. I thought we started the game well, but I didn't think we had enough chances. So I changed it and played with a bit more width. And we did create chances, but it was more about the urgency and the energy in the team. We looked like we just came alive, whereas we didn't have enough of that in the first half. And now maybe that's down to a lack of confidence, I don't know, but clearly at the moment we're in a really bad run. We've only, I think, scored 1 in 6. With the players we've got, that's just nowhere near good enough, and never will be. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of positives because of the chances we created. But at the moment it's just not been in the net and things are not bouncing, but we can't use that as excuses. Simply the results have just not been good enough. We've gone over a period now where obviously we're nowhere near good enough.
Yeah, it's not just now a mini bad run, is it? It becomes a much longer spell of sustained poor results.
Well, 6 games without a win is not a mini poor run. There's far too many. And you have to look at each game as an individual one, and today I looked at that and thought, well, it was another wasted opportunity given the chances we missed. Clear chances as well, really clear chances. I thought Smodic was very good. I thought he's exactly what we brought him in for. His running power and his link-up play was very, very good. I thought Ricky did very well when he came on and gave us that little bit more energy. And clearly there's 1 or 2 out of form that I have to take that into consideration. I was loyal to some today, and I can't continue doing that if I see performances like I did today.
And like you say, on another day, some of them go in. The one that deflects, the keeper's rooted to the spot. They all seem to just go wide of that right-hand post. I guess when your luck's out, your luck's out.
Yeah, but we have to get it back quickly because we don't want this season to go away from us. And I just said to the players there, I don't think they're really aware of what an opportunity they've got this season, because I don't know what the results were today, but when you go 5 games without a win, you probably think, well, we're going to be way out of it, whereas we weren't. We've got a massive game Tuesday now. The next 4 games, the team's right up there, so we'll find out what we're about in the next 4 games. But certainly Tuesday now is obviously we need to go into that with a lot more positive way that we played in the last half an hour. If we take that into the game, I'm sure we will start scoring goals again. But it's just one of those things at the moment. I have to solve the problem, and certainly you'll be looking at personnel changes.
And fans will obviously be scratching their heads tonight, wondering, on the outside, not in the loop with the camp, how at Christmas, second scoring goals, and suddenly a month later the points have dried up. 1 win, 1 goal in that time.
Yes, I thought the fans were great today, right behind the dugouts. I thought they were right with us, and I'm sure they were scratching their head, thinking, well, how can we play like that for 30 minutes? But before that, we didn't have the same energy and urgency about us. But you go through these runs sometimes, we have to get out of this quickly now. And absolutely, like you say, if it continues, the season's going to go away from us. And I still feel confident that we can have a good season, but clearly we have to start turning these chances into goals and get a run going together.
So to the fans who feel it's maybe already going away from the club, your response?
Well, look, I've been in these situations before. It's certainly not, what's the word? Of course it's doable. I don't know what the results were today, but it's always going to be, we have to find
I think 4 points off the playoffs now, but I might be wrong.
So there you go. So you're not 14 off, And that's the point I'm making to the players. Even though we've been on a bad run, we're still actually in the mix. but we can't continue the run. And how we change that is, I have to look at the squad as a whole. I have to look at certain ways in terms of including formations and things like that. Positives, I thought Smodic was very good. I thought he linked up with Ivan very, very well. We did create a lot of chances today. That's another positive, because we haven't been creating as many as I would like. But certainly the change of shape helped that, I think.
Other positives, Christy Pym made some big saves. Of course, the negatives that he had to make them. Bennett did well coming in as well. Now, I know obviously this won't be used as an excuse, but can I ask you about the referee's performance this afternoon? I mean, I know Ivan Toney, speaking to him just now, feels like he should have had at least one penalty.
Well, look, the referee is a human being, and clearly the linesman's got a couple wrong in the first half, and was clearly onside on at least 2, if not 3. And I've got enough to concentrate on rather than talking about referees' performances. I've got to concentrate on my own team, so I'm not going to comment on his performance. You have to get on with it. Some people can make mistakes, some people get decisions wrong. I think we need to get our own house in order before we start going on about referees.
And in terms of the games coming thick and fast now, 3 to come, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, and then another Saturday, it has to be back to winning ways on Tuesday.
Well, that's what we have to do, and we have to make sure that we're strong now. We're going to find out about people, when you go through a run like this. And
have you already found out plenty about some?
Yeah, I think I've obviously, today, and you look at certain things that went on, I'm not saying that I'm going to be discarding people, because I'm certainly not. What I feel is I think I've got a squad capable of going on a run, and I do feel we're 1 win away from it, but I can't keep saying the same things because we're not getting that win. But I'm very confident that we will on Tuesday, and we need to get back to winning ways very, very quickly. I've obviously got tough decisions to make in terms of formations, personnel, but what I did see today was we did create a lot more chances than we have been doing. Smodic will make a big difference to us, I feel. And we have to just keep making sure that we keep that belief, because if players start losing belief, then that becomes an even bigger problem.